So how you doing? This is Ken Kinter, and I believe this is day 144 of my journey through leukemia. And as usual, I have broken my word and not done every week. This is the longest I've gone between updates. So either you're welcome or I'm sorry, depending on how the case may be. The um, the reasons are all good, however. The reason it has taken so long is one, there haven't been any really major bad updates. Don't let my background fool you. And I've been doing a lot more of living life, and that's been good. And that's been kind of precluding making videos, but that's been good. And living life for me has been spending time with my wife, spending time with friends, going to see bands, getting outside, starting to do a little exercise. All of these things in life I was trying to get back to, I've been able to do little bites of. You do them very carefully, and you do them with an exit strategy in case you get tired or you don't feel well or anything like that. I'm not used to operating like that, but I can still do. Even kayaking was one example in there. There's pictures of that on Facebook. So I have been doing more of the things that I've been trying to fight my way back to doing. So there's more life. It's not just, the first 2 months of this was hospital to home to clinic to hospital to home to clinic, and that was kind of it. Now I'm back to working. I'm back to teaching at Seton Hall. I'm back to doing some of my work for Rutgers, which is great. I've started to see clients again. So I would say that I would say I'm about halfway back into life, while still maintaining treatment and trying to take care of myself. So as I sit here right now, this is hospital stay number 6 of 8. And if everything goes well through those 8, which will go into November, then I should be on monthly outpatient maintenance for the next 2 to 3 years. So that's how that's working. All the test results and everything are coming back good, so that can happen, so that I don't have to go into any other experimental treatment or go right into transplant or anything like that. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to doing this on a maintenance basis. It's been really nice because I've been able to come back to even the clinic less. Instead of doing 3 days a week at the clinic, it was 2, then it was 1. As I mentioned, this is stay number 6. I had heard a couple of rumors that the more of these you go through, the more you wear down and the harder it gets. I've also heard that the B rounds, the even numbered rounds, 2, 4, 6, and 8, are harder than the odd number rounds. And my experience, and I've had a little of this backed up with the oncologists and doctors I've spoken to, is that that's not necessarily the case. It's different for everybody. I have found that these later rounds have actually gotten easier. And my reason for that has been that I have been in better shape coming in the door. I think the better shape you're in coming in, I think the more easy it is to tolerate. The treatments are the same. A's are the same and B's are the same. So the variable, I think, is how I'm doing coming in the door. And when I got my first couple rounds, I was really sick. So it was, a pretty steep decline. Because I'm out and doing better and more energetic and have more of an appetite and all that stuff, these subsequent rounds have been easier to take. It's not a picnic. I don't want to minimize it for me or for anybody else, but it has got round 3 was easier than 2, and 2 was easier than 1. And I don't have any basis to think whether that would continue into 4, but that's my hope. You also learn some of the tricks of the trade. You learn about what you can eat, what you don't eat. You learn all sorts of little things you don't make the mistakes that you make in early on. And you also learn just little tricks to get through. Examples being what you can eat even when you're on chemo and don't feel like eating anything because you have this terrible taste in your mouth all the time. For example, when I can't eat anything else, I live on wheat thins and peanut butter just to get calories in, because if you don't eat anything, you get really, really, really weak. And that impacts in a bunch of different ways. So something has to go in, and it should be something with some nutritional value. Another trick of the trade is the treatment spikes your sugar. They put you on steroids, and your sugar, it's a glucose steroid, so your sugar goes sky high. So if you are diabetic or pre-diabetic or whatever, that creates a problem. So cut all the sugar out when you come in the door so that your sugar doesn't spike. So they don't tell you all this stuff coming in the door, but it's all little tricks of the trade that you learn, and it makes your life easier when you're in here. So I'm in the middle of my stay now. This is day 4. So I'm either getting out Sunday or Monday, and I'm really looking forward to being home again. And then that will be the 3/4 turn in this, 6 days out of 8 out of the, what they call the infusion or first stage, the really intensive stage of chemotherapy, kind of infusion and then maintenance. So I'm looking to wrap up infusion and get into the maintenance stage. And I'm actually very happy with how much life I've been able to get back into. It's not 100%, it's not ideal, but just being able to do things that you love to do, whether it's going to see a band or just spending time with friends. Geez, sitting at a table, just having dinner with people is an underrated pleasure. It's like anything else. Once something is threatened or taken away, you realize how precious that thing really is. So I guess, at the risk of going on and wandering for quite a bit, the last thing I want to say is I just want to continue to thank everyone who's watched, everyone who's reached out, everyone who's texted, everyone who's sent cards. Still have all the cards and, of course, all my machines. There's a chemo treatment going on right this very minute. So yeah, you're watching chemotherapy happen for all of its riveting excitement. But I also want to thank all the friends that have come and seen me and reached out to me. Every connection to the world is critical. And even now, in the beginning, when it was really hard to get out into the world and make those connections, it was really, really, really crucial. I mean, people reaching out to me was like my only connection to the outside world. Now I can go see people and, do all that stuff, but it's still, the more connection you have to the world, it's a more reminder of why you fight this fight in the first place. And so my last piece, I've been joking about this as if it were a UFC fight. And, my running joke is that Leukemia won the first round. It was a 10-8. I got taken down a bunch of times, and I think I got saved by the bell. However, now, a total of 6 or 7, depending on how you're counting hospital stays later, I think I've been hitting leukemia with a bunch of 10-9. So I think I'm outpointing it. I think I'm definitely winning the battles because I feel better week to week and month to month. And I'm looking to score a knockout at the end. So I'm hoping I got a 10-8 round in me or just a straight up KO before this is all said and done. I said early on, I used to talk a lot of crap that leukemia messed with the wrong guy. And I'm holding to that. I'm hoping that, to get through the rest of this and, and get fully engaged back in life again. And it feels good to be 50% back in a way that makes it harder to come back to the hospital because you feel like you have more to lose. Like, oh, there's a concert out there I would love to see, or, there's friends of mine getting together and I'd love to be with them, and, and things like band practice and all of that fun stuff, although the guitar's here, so I'm working a lot on that. But so sometimes you feel like you have more to lose, but more importantly, it's a reminder of what the fight was all about, and it's nice to experience it rather than just think about it. So anyway, thanks to everyone. I don't think I would be here without the hopes and the prayers and everyone reaching out and all that kind of stuff. So keep that stuff coming and keep it coming for everybody else in here. There are people in here that are making my experience look like a Sunday school picnic. So I feel for them and I see them every day. I had a woman just about code next to me when I was having a procedure done yesterday. So you don't have to look too far to see somebody that has a lot worse. And feel free to use my situation as a basis for your own gratitude. If there's something that's on your bucket list or something you're putting off in your life, don't do it, man. Go on that vacation, go do that thing. Whatever that thing is that's going to put memories up here that you're going to take with you the rest of your life, do it. Before something happens that threatens your life or your health or your ability to do that thing that you want to do. Get it in, man. There's nothing sadder than regret. And I have my passport's coming. I got some things I got to knock off my list, and hopefully as soon as I get done this infusion stage, and October is over, Ken's going to be disappearing and making a trip somewhere because I got a couple big items on that list I want to take out myself. I'm rambling. You have a wonderful one, and I will talk to you again. I don't want to make any promises I can't keep, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to send something out when I get back home next week. So I doubt it's going to be this many days. Take care. Peace.